Yes, top of the morning, man. I'm getting a special treat today. Um, normally, y'all know what it is with me. Normally, I would be in some heavy equipment, um, but it was my birthday yesterday. Shadow, happy birthday to me. Um, so I'm off today as well. I put in for a day. I'll go back tomorrow. I should have took off the whole week, but I don't have nothing planned. Um, but I am on now. I want to discuss. I wanted to discuss this yesterday, but with it being Easter and my birthday, I didn't really get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to because I wanna when I come on and discuss this, right? I want to be able to pull up certain things. Um, I want to go in on this, man, because I was seeing it yesterday, and to me, um, this is why I feel like I stand out on YouTube boxing when it comes to putting it down and speaking on topics. Because not only am I not a sheep, I'm actually a leader, and I question the followers, right? So I'm gonna pull up numerous guys that get watched. Notice I said they get watched. I'm gonna pull up numerous of them who are now online pushing biased narratives, right? Biased narratives for against one fighter, but the other fighters, it's like it's cool when they do it, right? So, I think it was yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. The Ring Magazine is having another big fight card in in NYC. Let's pull that up first. So you guys get a glimpse of the things that we are discussing. Let's go to the Ring Magazine. And I'm going to take my time too. I am not going to rush. I'm going to just, enjoy my time off today, man. I might go to the laundromat in a couple hours. I don't know. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush. So where is it? I'm gonna drop my Ben Whitaker video too while I'm online. While I'm doing this too, I'm gonna drop that Ben Whitaker video. All right, here it is, right here, right. So this fight right here got announced for NYC. Thank you. 3 in the building. Hit the like button, man. We're talking about, it's cool when they do it. This is cool when they do it. Chronicles, aka No Jealous Fan Zone Talk. So July 12th is another big card that Turkey Al Sheik Ringmaster's putting on. The guys that sit online, that push narratives, that you watch, that program you guys, their energy is off. And I'm going to show you how their energy is off. So Shakur Stevenson is set to be the co-main event. A lot of people are pushing the narrative now And I'm not Team Shakur Stevenson. I am Team Shanewz. Please, when you start to address me as who I am, the media marketing agent. I am Team Shanewz right here. Team Shanewz, Team Boxing, media marketing agent, serious inquiries only, Mr. 10%. But what I do like to do with my content, unlike other content creators, I just like to go against the norm. If I see you talking about this and I'm like, damn, but you're not calling it across the board, I'm going to definitely point those things out. And I see that right now with the Shakur Stevenson being the co-main event. There's a fight coming up in a couple weeks in the city, right? There's a fight coming up in a couple weeks in the city. And you have three champions on this card. Three champions are on this card. Devin Haney, former undisputed champion. You have Teofimo Lopez, former undisputed. Some might say undisputed, others might, but at least unified. You have another champion who is the main event, but he's not really the main event, and Rolly Romero. But the main event fighter is Ryan Garcia, who has never been a champion, recognizable champion. But yet, there is no same energy, right? Like I said, you have Devin Haney, undercard, co-main. Teofimo Lopez, undercard, co-main. I knew this was going to happen. I'm about to mute my phone, right? They can't make it up, right? Undercard, co-main, right? Devin, former undisputed champion. Teofimo, undisputed champion. Both of these guys are two division champions, but yet they are the undercard to a guy who has never even won the title. But we don't have the same energy that I'm going to show you. This guys that you watch are pushing for Shakur because Edgar Berlanga is the main event. But yet we have Ryan Garcia, the main event, like I think 2 weeks, maybe next Friday night in Times Square, over two guys who are undisputed two division champions. Where's the same energy? We don't have that energy. You know why? Because, like I said, a lot of these guys that you watch, they don't really push no substance. They are followers. They are literally agents in disguise, and they're going to push an agenda. So now the agenda is that Shakur Stevenson is not being pushed or whatever, yada, yada, right? Because he's going to be the co-main to Edgar Berlanga. But why aren't we highlighting Devin and Teofimo Lopez being a co-main to Ryan Garcia, who isn't a champion, hasn't even claimed one division, let alone two division, or even been undisputed. But yet these guys are his opening act. Are you guys following that? Please let me know you're following that. Whoever's in here. Somebody's in here. A couple of y'all was in here. Y'all left because, like I said, you see what's going down. Yes, it's going down. But just let me know if y'all are following that, man. While y'all follow that, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to upload something real quick to the content to keep it moving. Did y'all just follow that? And then I'm going to show how these guys that you watch, right, are pushing that agenda. They're pushing it, right? But they're not pushing it across the board. Because if you was pushing it across the board, why is it not a problem for Devin and Teofimo to be an opening act for Ryan Garcia, who has never been a champion, right? They're not pushing that over there. Next Friday night, the main event is Ryan and Rolly. It's not Devin and Jose Ramirez. It's not Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barbosa. And both Teo and Devin, you could say, were undisputed. Teo's a lineal champion in two divisions, but they're not headlining. So we got to make it make sense over here, man. No jealous fan zone talk, man. No jealous fan zone, but you know it is what it is. These guys. I watched this yesterday, man. I was like, damn, man. I wish I could come on. I was like, man, I need to talk about this. This is what we're doing. I was like, this is the cool, right? Like I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna play some of their audio, right? I'm gonna show you two content creators that you guys listen to, right? They was on that. That was their mission yesterday. To have their listeners, right? To have their listeners confused, right? But they're not saying it's about Dev. They're not saying it's about Dev and Tio, but it's cool to say it about Shakur, right? It's cool to say it about Shakur, right? Shakur's in the headlines for everything right now, right? They're saying that he fired Jay Prince and all that. The YouTube community just runs with narratives, quick, fast. Did anybody reach out to Jay Prince Boxing and get a statement? Has Shakur made a statement on that? What was the source on that, right? Maybe it was Twitter. Like I said, man, I was doing other things, so I didn't really get a chance to check none of that out or do no research on that. But I was seeing different videos. I'm like, these guys, like, YouTube is just dirty work out here, man. It's dirty work. Dirty work. But let's go over here. Let's stop this one. All right. Let's go to this first guy's channel. Nope, wait. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Can y'all see that? Y'all witnessing this? Are y'all witnessing this? Let me know if y'all witnessing this. Okay. See, look, there he's already on. Look, he put that up. Well, hold on. Can y'all see that? Do y'all see that? So he said this 10 hours ago. Look, I was just talking about this. Shocking news. Turkey and Eddie Hearn fall out as Shakur Stevenson fires Hearn. How is DeBella? That right there, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a second. All right. That right, his title. And this is a guy. Matter of fact, I'll get to that before I go, right? His thumbnail, right? For those of y'all that you guys supposed to be in the game. He's supposed to be in the game, right? His thumbnail, and this is he's an executive. Well, he used to be. I don't know. Is he still an executive with BLK Prime? But his thumbnail right here, and he's supposed to be somebody that does whatever behind the scenes, puts fights together, signs fighters, and all of that. This thumbnail is inaccurate, right? He says Shakur Stevenson fires Hearn and hires DeBella. That's a breach of contract. Hopefully, some of you guys are educated, because you know me, I'm a municipality worker. I drive trucks and do heavy equipment shit. But his title is a breach of contract, because Shakur Stevenson can't fire somebody that he's in a binding contract with, right? He just signed how many fights with Matchroom, right? He only had one fight with them, right? I believe. I think he has a 2 to 3 fight deal, or at least two fights. He only had one fight. He's scheduled for a second fight July 12th. So if he fired somebody that he's under a binding contract for at least 2 to 3 fights, that doesn't even sound right. But this is what you guys listen to, right? Look, this 10 hours ago, almost 9,000 views. So you guys are listening to this. A lot of you guys are probably arguing about this and all this. I don't know. I seen this yesterday. Well, I didn't see his. I'll check it out later. I don't want to watch it on live. I'm going to use this other audio on live. That just doesn't sound right, man. Look, do your own research, though, man. A lot of you guys claim to be business savvy and doing all these things. I want to show the other thing. Where is it at? Is it up here? I gotta click on this page because I want to show how he's pushing this. He's pushing this bogus. Let's go over here to this page, and I'm gonna go show the other guy. These are guys you guys watch. They poison your minds, and then you can't even look right here. You guys are probably already poisoned with the Shakur firing. That Shakur has fired. He fired what's the name? That he fired Eddie Hearns and them. Look, because that's his what's the name? Where is it? Let's see. Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, here right here. Here it goes right here. See? Shakur Stevenson will be co-main event. Look, that's the energy. That's the energy, right? I don't see none of those for Devin and Tio, the co-main event for Ryan. This is what I'm talking about. But this is the same thing over there with them. But why? Where's the energy for that? There's no energy for that. You see, Shakur Stevenson versus the Pater will be co-main, and the only beef should be if he wasn't getting paid, right? But you're making this an issue. No jealous fan zone. Now let's go to the other guy who's on the same type of time, right? This is why I say, and then you guys that listen to these people, you guys that sit around and argue these things, right? Not even knowing what you're arguing or speaking about, right? But yet it's being done to other fighters too, right? And the other fighters that it's being done to, you just let it it doesn't matter, right? Millie City Boxing. Let's go to Millie City. Did I put it in right now? Hold on. This is look. These are the narratives that you guys are running with. Watch, Millie City did probably a 3-hour live. These guys, these guys do look. Does Shakur Stevenson deserve main event July 12th in New York? Right? See, this is another one. He got almost 2,400 views and 9 hours ago. So you guys are being fed this, and you guys are soaking all of this in. You're soaking all this in, but where's that same energy? Like I said, Devin and both Tio, two former undisputed champions, two division champions, are co-main event to Ryan Garcia. Not only are they a co-main, they're also fighting outdoors. But where is the push for that or the outcry for that? Like I'm gonna play some of that guy's audio, and in his audio, I'm talking about Blue. He's talking about Shakur's brand and things of that nature. But not him, but maybe him too. I don't know. I gotta look. But a lot of you other guys say that Devin Haney is the face of boxing. It's the Devin Haney era. But yet he's the co-main. So where's that energy over there? Are you guys following this? Are you guys following this? Where is that energy? You know, where is that energy? I don't see it. I don't see it on the YTC front. But I see it over here. Look, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem for Shakur. See right here? Does Shakur Stevenson deserve to be main event July 12th? Right? Does Devin Haney deserve to be main event May 2nd? Does Tiafimo deserve to be main event May 2nd, Friday night? We don't see that. We don't see that. Yeah, so we don't see that same energy from these guys, man. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate, we don't see that energy, man. And I just found that funny yesterday, man. I wanted to come on yesterday and really break this down. I was like, damn, these guys love to point out shit for Shakur. They love to point out shit for Shakur, but why are we not having that same outcry energy for Dev and Tio? These guys are co-mains too. Not only are they co-mains, they're co-mains in a. I don't think it's a venless. I mean, a venue-less situation, but no outcry. No outcry for that, man. Go figure. But so this is the new talk, I guess that um Shakur Stevenson has fired. He has fired Eddie Hearns and he's fired Eddie. And I bet you this is where that came from. So Shakur Stevenson, that's why I just came over here on Twitter. I want to say. So Shakur Stevenson has fired Eddie Hearn. That you see, that was Blue's thumbnail, which is to me, and these guys are supposed to know business, right? Um, okay, this the real Dan Raphael's page though? Is this the real Dan Raphael's page? Joined 2010. I don't think this is the real Dan Raphael's page, but I've seen a lot of you guys reposting this. Is this his real page? Because Twitter, it'd be a lot of fake shit on Twitter, man, and guys is just taking and run with it, man. Like these guys be having fake accounts, but I seen people reposting this. So this is Dan Raphael, um, the the boxing guy per. I don't even think this is his real page, man. But that's why you can't like with shit that comes off of X or Twitter. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, man. So this page right here has sparked that, right? Right. This has sparked that. So I think he's the original one that reported that Shakur fired. Uh, what's the name? But look, has Lou DeBella? Look, Lou DeBella. Let's go to Lou DeBella. DeBella Entertainment. Shout out to Big Lou. Right. Um, looking on Lou's page. Right. This is how you really debunk a lot of the BS that goes on. So pay attention to what I'm giving y'all, man. This is Lou DeBella's Twitter account, right? Lou DeBella is in the game, right? I think Lou DeBella, he worked with Wilder, he worked with a lot of people, right? So we're on Lou DeBella's page, right? If we watch that thumbnail that Blue posted, um, we don't see Lou DeBella even hinting to having signed Shakur or working with Shakur. But yet Blue put out a thumbnail and others that what's the name was fired. Jay Prince and Eddie Hearns, and now he's working with him. But Lou DiBella, who's in the game right here, you see it, DiBella Entertainment, um, CEO of AA Montgomery Biscuits, producer, International Boxing Hall of Fame, 2020 inductee. So Lou is in the game, right? It's fair to say. Lou, who knows about contracts and agreements and all that, has not made a statement just saying that he has signed Shakur or Shakur is working with him, because he probably knows what I just said, that Shakur is still under contract or has some type of business dealing still with Eddie Hearns and what's his name, because then he signed a 2-fight or whatever fight deal. So this was to be the case, which you guys are listening to and reporting on and putting out content on. This is a breach of contract. Are you guys following that? If not, I can slow it down and get real remedial and dumb. You know? No jealous fans don't talk over here, man. How is the content looking now, man? This is why I don't engage with too many of you guys on YouTube when it pertains to boxing information. Right? You guys are saying that people are fired, you're putting out content on this, and the dumb fans, respectfully, I say that respectfully, because most of you fans that come on YouTube to look for information are fucking dumb. You are Neanderthals, man. But you claim to be smart, educated on all type of dealings. You guys are Neanderthals. This is Lou DiBella here. This is the guy who Shakur hired, but he hasn't even mentioned it. 10 hours ago, 15 hours ago. I don't see no mention of, I'm excited to be working with Shakur Stevenson. None of that. None of that. Oh, where is it? I don't see it, man. And this is where you guys come to get information all the time. You guys are sitting on, look, you guys took this information right here from this fake Dan Raphael account. This is a fake account, man. That's why a lot of the guys that always was coming at me, this is where they get their information from. You ask them, yo, how many fights have you worked? None. What is your expertise in boxing? Oh, I sit online all day. I talk with people online. Oh, okay. What else do you do in boxing other than just sit online? Right? But this is the account that pushed that, man. He put it out there first and people ran with it. They ran with it. This fake Dan Raphael account. There's so many fake X accounts that put out false information and then people run with it. Run with it, man. Run with it. Y'all catching the sauce this morning or what, man? I got time today, man. Like I said, I'm not operating no equipment right now, man. That's why they're trying to call me, because they know right now this is some good substance. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, these guys just no references, no background checks. They just go off of what they see off of X and then run with the narrative. Because, like I said, I don't even see. Let's go to Shakur's page, right? Right. These guys put this out there. That was Lou DiBella. Here's Shakur. Did Shakur announce that? And Shakur tweets a lot. Look, see, he tweets a lot. It's a pay that pays for everything. No, we don't. Look, none of that from Shakur. But yeah, yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. Yo, the No Jealous Fan Zone, man. They are breaking the news, man. So he leaves Eddie Hearns, um, and Jay Prince, but he doesn't mention it. The guy he want to, he doesn't mention it. Let's see what Eddie Hearns is talking about, man. Let's see what Eddie is. Eddie saying that Shakur breached the contract, right? Let's see, man. You guys be on this X, man. Y'all be on this X heavy. Y'all be on this X heavy. Nah, Eddie didn't say nothing, man. But I don't know. I guess that's YouTube boxing, man. That is YouTube boxing for you, man. You niggas just report anything. You niggas just report anything. Ain't nothing going on in boxing, man. Believe boxing YouTube is a joke, man. Niggas just be out here just pushing out thumbnails and like, and the shit that is crazy is the guys that are putting out this content are supposed to be in the game, like making moves. But this is the content that y'all putting out, man. Right? This is this guy's thumbnail. Turkey, look, shocking news. Turkey and Eddie Hearn fall out and Shakur fires. Shakur fires. This is this guy's thumbnail. This is his thumbnail, man. This is his thumbnail. Shakur fires Hearn and hires DeBella. But we just want to Eddie. We just want to look. You know what, man? I got time today. I'm going to show how these guys not only are not credible, they put out false news, man. They put out false news, man. I just showed this shit right here, man. This guy just put out false news. But he's not the only one. He put out false news. Look at this shit. This is false news, man. This is straight false news. His I just told y'all that. And he's supposed to be an executive. He's supposed to be an executive, man. No accountability, nothing. You're an executive. Or you call yourself, you BLK Prime. But you put out, your thumbnail reads, shocking news, Turkey and Eddie Hearn fall out as Shakur Stevenson fires Hearns and hires DeBella. Just looked on Lou DeBella's Twitter page. He has not mentioned to signing Shakur or working with Shakur. But this is your thumbnail, right? And like I said, you're in the game, so you should know that is a breach of contract. Shakur will be getting sued if this is true. Why would you even put that out there, right? Because maybe that's why Lou DeBella hasn't mentioned it. Because Lou, like I just read his profile, Hall of Famer, inductee in 2020. So he's in the game, right? If he did do this, that's why he hasn't mentioned it, because that is a breach of contract. Shakur Stevenson is under a binding contract with Eddie Hearns. They only had one fight. I believe it was a 2-fight deal, right? So this can't be the case until after July 12th if there's a 2-fight deal. But this is the news that these guys put out. This is nasty work out here, man. That's why I wanted DeBella's page. I was like, damn, I didn't, did DeBella announce this? And then the other guy, look, where's the R. Kelly nigga? The R. Kelly nigga. Let's go to the R. Kelly nigga. He got a one. This is why I tell you, you watch these guys. You listen to these guys, right? And then you will argue what these guys put out, right? You argue what these guys put out, right? Which makes absolutely no sense, respectfully. It makes no sense. Here, look, you're fired. Look, here's another one. You're fired. Look, this guy's a real live creep. He puts thumbnails. Yeah, he has too much time on his hands, right? But look at his what's the name? These are guys that y'all listen to. Whoa, Shakur Stevenson fires Jay Prince and Eddie Hearn. He fires them, right? But he just dropped this 56 minutes ago. He probably dropped it because, like I said, he's seen Blue's thumbnail. But where is the statement, right? That's what I want to speak on too, man. You're fucking with an official player right here, right? Normally, when stuff like this happens, there's a press statement, not a YouTube weirdo gathering, jealous fan zone, motionless move. There would have been a statement, an actual press statement. I am no longer managed by Jay Prince Boxing. I am no longer signed to Matchroom. I am officially with DeBella Entertainment. That's why I went over to DeBella's page. I didn't see that, man. I did not see that. Now, I know you're not used to this type of boxing talk. Because like I said, on YouTube, the boxing talk is so unprofessional. It's just nasty. That's why when you get somebody that talks boxing, it doesn't have to get up here and scream or yell or say suck my dick, all this, and I could just point out like I just did with common sense. It always is going to go over your head because they don't want somebody like me to exist, because I not only do the things that I say, I can show receipts and I'm consistent. So if this is true, that is a breach of contract. That is a breach of contract, man. But you listening to guys who are supposed to be in the game. Well, that guy right there, he's not in the game. We seen him in the locker room. When he was in the locker room for Devin Haney, he had my girl scared. He had Devin Haney's PR scared. He was in there looking like a pedophile. She was scared. He had his camera out. He was a creep, man. He was an A1 creep. But these are the things that these guys are reporting. They're reporting these things, man. Eddie Hearns didn't mention that. We just was on Eddie Hearns' what's the name. But I get it, man. Like I said, I get it. YouTube boxing is the jealous fan zone capital. Really pointless arguments, pointless sharing of information and shit. It's just it's sad, man. It's sad. But let me get back to what I was speaking on, right? I just want to just throw some light on that shit right there. These narratives is crazy. But let's get to why these guys are talking about Shakur
times.
These guys are talking about Shakur not being headlining July 12th, but neither is Teofimo Lopez nor Devin Haney. But we don't have that same energy, right? And both of those guys are former undisputed, unified, two-division champions. But where is the energy? Right? And they're fighting outdoors, no crowd. They're not in a venue. But where's the energy for that? But we do have energy for Shakur Stevenson. Right? I showed Millie City. That was his thumbnail, Blue's thumbnail, that he's the co-main to Edgar Berlanga and William Skull. I'm not William Skull, and Hamza Sarah, right? But Edgar Berlanga is a pay-per-view fighter, right? He fought a pay-per-view with Canelo Alvarez. And we listen to guys that talk about he sells and he's this and he's that, right? So if that's the case, and I don't think they're fighting outdoors. They haven't announced it, but they will probably most likely won't be fighting outdoors. And if Edgar Berlanga has fought a pay-per-view fight, right, against Canelo Alvarez, and the fight is going to be in NYC, which is a heavy Latino, Boricua consumer market, and they support Edgar, why wouldn't Edgar headline? Right? But when we examine Ryan Garcia, who was headlining in 2 weeks in Times Square. We could say the same thing as far as him fighting the pay-per-view with Tank Davis. That pay-per-view, I believe, was in Vegas. It wasn't, in NYC. When he did fight in NYC at the Barclays Center, it did terrible. It did terrible, right? But yet, he's headlining in Times Square over two guys who, like I said, arguably are champions. Current champions, too, I believe, right? One has the WBC, I think Dev dropped his, but, he was an undisputed champion, two-division champion. T.O. is currently a WBO champion, former unified, some say undisputed champion. But these guys are taking a back seat. They're the opening act. They are the opening act, man. Man, I wanted to come on yesterday and tell y'all this, man. But I was like, I got to be at the desk so I could pull up the receipts to show that. And look, upon pulling up the receipts, I come across the nasty energy work of, Shakur Stevenson breaching a contract, because that's what he did. If these reports are true, he breached the contract, he will be in court. He will be in court, man. If he fired, and look, we went through this already, right? And if this is the case with Jay Prince, right? Shout out to Jay Prince, James Prince. Another fighter attempted to do that to him. Remember? And these I'm not speaking on nothing that's not out there, right? Remember Floyd Mayweather did that, right? When he had Floyd. This is the business of boxing we're speaking on. These guys always talk on it but don't know it. Remember Floyd Mayweather when he left Jay Prince to go to Al Heyman? The stories are out there about the baseball bats and the gyms being closed and guys getting beat up and busting head. Bob Arum has even talked about this, right? Jay Prince and them were paid $600-something thousand to get out of that contract. This is boxing, right? So now Shakur Stevenson has done this, according to a couple of these guys' reports. When you are in a contract, in order to get out of the contract, you just can't fire somebody, right? It doesn't work that way when you're in a contract. You have to pay to get out of that contract. And these are the guys, the blue fella, the other guy. Well, I don't think the other guy, because he always inviting people to his dick and all shit. But Blue was supposed to be a BLK Prime partner executive. He should know these things, man. But does he? I don't know. You see his thumbnail. You seen his thumbnail. Smash the like button, man. I'm giving you real substance, real source. The News by Shanewz. Media, marketing, management, consultant agent, a.k.a. Mr. 10%. But yeah, so if he fires somebody that he's in a contract with, I don't think it works that way. You got to buy them out of the contract. You got to buy them out of the contract. You have a bonding contract. Matter of fact, let me go over here. I am at the desk. Hold on. Let me read something, right? Yes, hold on. Let me read something. This is a binding legal agreement. Each of you is required to abide by and comply with all of the terms and conditions of the agreement before signing this agreement. You should read it carefully and make sure you understand it. This represents the entire agreement between the boxer and the manager. So I'm pretty sure Shakur Stevenson, because they said he fired Jay Prince. Jay Prince was his manager. So they have something like this, a binding agreement. That's what I said. When you sign with somebody, promoter, manager, you're in a contract. You're in a contract, right? Let's go. It says the manager agrees to use his or her best efforts to provide adequate training for the boxer and to secure for the boxer consists of exhibitions. The manager agrees to maintain continuously as a valid manager license issued by New York State Commission during the terms of this agreement. This agreement may, and the reason why I'm reading this because Shakur is fighting in New York, so it probably would be underneath New York guidelines, right? Declared no. Look, and this agreement may, in the discretion of the commission, be declared null and void during its terms if the manager is not duly licensed by the New York State Athletic Commission. So maybe he did fire him, but I didn't see like I said, no press statement saying that Jay Prince's license is suspended in New York. That's why I'm reading this. I don't see that. I didn't. Maybe, they didn't say, oh, Jay Prince has lost his license in New York. No, they just said that he fired him. Now, if he lost his license in New York, maybe that could be the case. But I don't know. All right, let me skim through some other stuff here. All right, the boxer and the manager each agree to and shall abide by the rules and orders of the New York State Athletic Commission and the laws of the state of New York and the laws of any other jurisdiction and the rules and orders of any duly consisted athletic commission or its equivalent under whose jurisdiction boxing or managing services are performed or are to be performed by the board of managers during the pay attention to this word right here, to the continuance of this agreement. Once again, let me show you. They have a binding agreement. That's why when I read those thumbnails, I was like, yo, was there anybody to say, they said he's fired? They have a contract. I think he has 2-3 fights with Eddie Hearns. How are you firing him? He got you a fight already. He has you another fight scheduled. But you fired him? The contract isn't over. From what I just read, they are providing the fights. Remember, look, I'll go back to it again. Being that Jay Prince is the manager, the manager agrees to use his or her best efforts to provide adequate training for the boxer to secure for the boxer contest. He got a contest. July 12th will be considered a contest. But you guys are putting out thumbnails that he fired him. To me, that's a breach of contract now because he fought Josh Padley. Now he's fighting William Zepeda. Those are 2 contests that they got him. But they're fired. They're doing their job. But y'all following this, so I'll dumb it down. If y'all want me to dumb it down, please, I'll dumb it down. Or I'll just go to talking some gibberish shit. But I just wanted to put that out there, man. I seen that yesterday, but yesterday, like I said, I was celebrating my birthday. I didn't really feel like entertaining the stupidity. That's what YouTube boxing is, a bunch of stupid ass fans with no emotion that do absolutely nothing in life other than sit online and think they know shit about boxing. You motherfuckers are jealous fan zone. You niggas are straight jealous fan zones, man. You linger around. You have no real life motion, no substance, nothing. But yeah, that is crazy. That is the talk. That is crazy. That's the talk. Yeah, so I just had to just throw that out there real quick, because I seen a couple of these thumbnails. I'm like, damn, these That's why I wanted DeBella's page. Cause I'm like, he's a Hall of Fame. He knows better. But he didn't put out no statement, right? We can go. Let's go back over here. Shakur didn't put out no statement or none of the such, right? But these guys got these thumbnails and the dumb YouTubers that sit online and get information off of YouTube are running with it. Yeah, this is Shakur. Yeah, to pay the pays for everything. Eddie Hearns, co-headliner. Yeah, Eddie Hearns ain't even dropped nothing. What about let's go to Lou DeBella one more time. There he is, Lou DeBella. President of DeBella Entertainment. Make sure this is the right guy. Okay. 11 hours ago, fight week. Let's go. Yeah, I don't see nothing over here either. So I don't know. 20 hours ago, Happy Easter. Nah, I don't see it. But yeah, these are some of the thumbnails. These are some of the thumbnails. Maybe you guys could find out from these guys that put out this type of content, man. But if their content is true, I think lawsuits is coming. Guys will be in court, man. Guys will be in court. Yo, how is my content looking now, y'all? How is my content looking now? Yeah, man, I had to clear that up, man. I wanted to come on yesterday when I seen a lot of this break, and I'm like, damn, this is what we're doing? This is what we're talking about? Guys being fired. And like I said, that came from a fake page, man. That's why I don't really fuck with X, man. Yeah, that's not even the real Dan Raphael's page, man. These guys be reporting shit off a fake account. This is a fake account, man. Is this the real Dan Raphael's page? Is this his real page, man? Fight Freaks. This is Dan Raphael, journalist, Northern Virginia. He's been a member since 2010. All right. I'm proud to announce the launch of my boxing newsletter website, Fight Freaks Unite. Okay. Fight Freaks Unite. Dan Raphael. So Dan Raphael put this out there, man. Right? Let me do this again. Right? Yo, finally he had a 2-fight deal with Masters. Did one. Apparently either signed and could. Is this what he's talking about with Shakur right here? He has to fulfill the what's name. Right? He's firing guys before completing the second fight. That's a breach of contract, man. Right? It's reported Sources, Nas Ward, the specifics, told me Shakur split with Matchroom and his manager, Jay Prince, has hired Lou DiBella as his promoter for the event to keep an eye on stuff. This is what people reported right here, right? But that's why I brought out the what's in name. This fight will be contested in New York. That's why I brought out a New York State contract. Right? There's gonna be a lot of suing going on behind the scenes if this is true. But I don't think this is true, man, because if it was true, why didn't DiBella? This is a major announcement. We just went on his Twitter page. The same way this guy reported this 13 hours ago. Why didn't DiBella report that? Huh? But you see who did report it? The low down dirty cheese, the rodents, the weasels of YouTube boxing. Look. This is the source right here. This is the source. They seen this. That's why I said the internet boxing scene is just, it's nasty. These guys don't even really know how to do real journalist work, right? Right? I guarantee you, nobody reached out to DiBella to try to get a statement on this. Nobody reached out to Matchroom to try to get a statement on this. Nobody reached out to Jay Prince Boxing to get a statement on this. They just seen this because you've seen this all over. I seen this yesterday. I was like, hell, this is what we're doing. And they ran with it. And look at the thumbnails. They ran with it, man. They ran with it. But that's where it came from, right there. But if you go to DiBella's page, he didn't announce it. Right? Shakur ain't announced it. Or if you pay attention to this, right? This is why, like I say, I do my content. How's the content looking now? But I don't waste my energy no more. Like I put out shorts. Today I'm doing this because, like I said, I'm at the crib chilling. I'm gonna probably go to the laundry, go drop my daughter off lunch at school, shit like that. So I got time. But normally I would not waste my time on this shit because the internet boxing scene consists of jealous fans that don't even know who they're talking to. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no receipts. They have no stats. They have no experience, right? But all the players involved, Shakur, Jay Prince, Lou DiBella, Eddie Hearns, none of these guys made any such of a statement to even co-sign this. But yet you have content crabs running with this. None of them probably even reached out to them. Unbelievable though, man. But hopefully it's true. But like I said, if this is not true, and if this is true, it's going to be a lot of courts and lawsuits involved. Right? If you know, you know. But I guess, like I said, a lot of you guys don't know. Guess a lot of you guys don't know because, like I said, you guys sit online and just push narratives. But how is the content looking now, y'all? How is the content looking now, man? I meant to come on yesterday, but like I said yesterday, I just went in there and finished a little bit of my food, man. Man, I had that triple threat. That triple threat was good. That triple threat was real good, man. Lobster, grilled salmon, and grilled shrimp. Broccoli and a loaded baked potato. Incredible. That was Mike Tyson knocking out my guy Michael Spinks, man. Shout out to Michael Spinks, man. Met him at the Hall of Fame. Good guy. He said Mike Tyson was on steroids, man. Yeah, did y'all see that interview he did with what's that, Vlad TV? Vlad TV, man, he said he was on steroids. But look, I'm hitting my hour mark, man. I might come back on, or I might stay on. Let me see if my guy Gumbo's available, man. If Gumbo's available, I want to get Gumbo on because I want to ask Gumbo about what I was initially speaking on, right? How the energy is different because Shakur's not the main event. But why we don't have that same energy for Dev and Tio not being the main event outdoors? They're both respectfully former unified and undisputed champions and 2 division champions. Ryan Garcia is not even a champion, man. He's not even a champion, man. But it is well. I get it though, man. Like I said, the YouTube boxing conversations just be different. But shout out to Darren Raphael, man. Darren Raphael, you done sparked some shit up, man. See, look, he got a Lou DiBella, what's the name right here? And you know what else could be done too, right? Because I see he reposted a lot of Lou DiBella stuff. Maybe Lou DiBella did leak this to him, right? You know stuff like that happens, right? Or somebody over there leaked this out to him and told him to put this out there to start a fire. But just to put it out there. But I went to the pages of these guys. They haven't mentioned it. But they do stuff like that, like let certain media outlets leak shit out just to spark a little smoke fire up. Because Eddie Hearns didn't mention nothing and such. Shakur didn't mention any of the such. Because that, like I said, that's a lawsuit, man. And the guys that's reporting that, like Blue, you're supposed to be an executive. How you don't know that? How you don't know that, fella? Oh, shout out to Red Lobster, man. Red Lobster knows I bigged them up yesterday. They said, we are so happy to have been a part. Yeah, I'll never be too big for Red Lobster, man. I love Red Lobster, man. That's what you just see me going in and do. I got a dozen. Well, ain't a dozen no more. But they gave me a dozen to go home with. Them damn cheese biscuits is good to them up. Y'all listen, I used to go there, right? And my drinking days, I don't drink no more. But I would just go there and just chill at the bar, have a couple of drinks at the bar, probably get some scallops and calamari, and just eat the biscuits. Biscuits is good, man. Those biscuits will never go out of style at Red Lobster. Yeah, yesterday I had a couple Shirley Temples, right? Shirley Temples, extra cherries. Extra cherries with my meal. But yeah, let's just keep an eye on this, y'all. We shall see. But if these reports are true, I guarantee you Shakur will be in court. We're going to see another, what's the name, Mayweather situation. Remember when the bats came out and all that? Because you can't, if you're underneath a bonded contract, people have to be paid. You just can't fire them. The only way you can fire them, that's why I read some of the bonding agreements. It's a lot more in there, but from what is being reported, as far as him having a fight, right? A contest. That's the contest, a fight. July 12th. Certain obligations were met. So if you firing people, right? Because that's what they said, he fired them. Those 2 guys reported that. They're fired. But the manager and the current promoter who were being reported being fired held up their end of the bargain as far as getting the contest. Are y'all following that, man? There's a couple of y'all in. Did y'all follow that, man? See, y'all ain't on my level with this shit, man. That's why I come on here in character and fuck with y'all. Because if I don't come on here in character and get to really, talk to some of this boxing shit, you can't even, look, it don't even, it's not even worth my energy to even conversate with you guys. Real talk. Because where are your stats at, man? Where are your stats, man? Where's your knowledge at, man? And a lot of you guys show me where your knowledge is. Your knowledge is this right here, X. You go on X. You go on social media. Yeah, this is your knowledge right here. You listen to guys like this. Shout out to Ray Jackson. Look, Ray Jackson got a picture of Shakur's mother up there. That's Shakur's mother. But these are the guys y'all listen to and deem to be credible. Right? Ray Jackson, Blue Blood, Millie City, all these guys. Because you guys claim them because, you guys base shit off of views, right? You guys love to base boxing knowledge off of views, never off of experience. That's the views, right? But that July 12th card is a nice card, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh man. Hey, Daffy. Daffy just came in here. Daffy has arrived, y'all. But this is who I am, media marketing agent, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the content. I did drop a Ben Whitaker video. I seen the Ben Whitaker fight. I was like, damn. To me, third man in the ring. He called that fight quick, right? Damn, Daffy, what kind of allergies did you bring up in here, man? You came up in here, got me sneezing, right? Well, what do y'all think about that what's the name fight, real quick? I got the content right here. Let's look at this. Give me a quick read on this. Give me a quick read. I want a quick read on this. Right? I'm on a new level. Give me a quick read on this, y'all, before we close out, right? I'm on a new level. Bought me a new shovel, right? Put these niggas in the dirt, right? Put the niggas in the dirt. I'm on a new level. How's the content looking now? Give me a quick read on this. I'm on a new level. Bought me a new shovel. That's with a new bezel. I'm on a new level. Put these niggas in the dirt.
You decide. Was Whitaker's fight stopped too soon? Share your thoughts now.
Boxing always is a call of judgment on the ref's part. If you notice, the team was upset. They felt like the stoppage was premature. They felt like their guy could have continued. It's always a judgment call by the third man in the ring. But feel free to give your opinion, man. Was that a premature stoppage? You know? Let it be known, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. You know you do have options. Yeah, Dave. The third man in the ring, the referee, always makes a judgment call. You see how it always affects the outcome of the fight. Do you agree or disagree? The news by Shanewz. You know you do have options.
Un Dios que está sentado a la diestra del Dios Padre. Pero ahora Él intercede por nosotros. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That stoppage was crazy. That stoppage was crazy, man. To me, yeah, but you know, over there they kind of get it in like that, man. I think, you know, they the way to fight off, you know, dude did get robbed. He did have his hands up. You see, when they waved it off, he was still coherent. Like, he was still coherent. It wasn't like He was like, thank you for saving me and all of this shit. He was on some like, yo, why you do that? Why? Like, I don't know. But when you're not defending yourself, right? You do, the third man in the ring, man. But damn, it erupted, man. It erupted. He said, May 2nd, why nobody talking boxing in this event? Because nobody's going to the event, Malik. How many tickets did they sell for it, man? It's a no venue. It's not something where people are going to. You know what I'm saying? Why would they talk about it, man? Nobody's going to the fight. How many tickets have they sold? You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to talk about, man. It's not. That's why I said this boxing is smoke and mirrors nowadays, man. There's nothing to talk about. Who's going to the fight? Who got tickets to the fight? Who's selling tickets to the fight? Nobody. This is a YouTube fight right here. This fight falls into YouTube boxing promotion. This is gonna be one of those fights where the guys that just sit online with narratives. This is right there up their alley, man. This is the fight where no jealous fan zone could thrive because you don't actually have to pay for a ticket. You don't have to purchase nothing, and you can be a spectator. You could be a participant. Yeah, you could be a participant, man. But hopefully y'all enjoyed myself. I'll be back on later on today. I'm gonna go run some errands. Today I get to be a stay-at-home dad. I'm gonna go bring my daughter lunch. She wants Subways, right? She wants me to bring up Subways, so you could do that. For those of y'all that don't know that, right? You are allowed to bring your children lunch to school. I don't get to do it all the time. If you see, a lot of times, like I said, I'm out in equipment, man. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to my motion. But like I said, yesterday was my birthday, so I extended my weekend. And rightfully so, man. I work hard every day. I work hard. So I said, yeah, I'll stay home again today. Me and my animals, I already took my dogs for my walk. I went to the park. I got my workout in. I didn't drop no workout video today for y'all. You know me. I don't want y'all to think I'm working out, man. Because I want some of you guys to think it's sweet. Run down on me, man. Please. I'll do it to you with these. I'll do it to you with these. Because if I do it to you with this, there ain't no coming back from this. Ain't no coming back from this. It might not be no coming back from this. Because, I can still... get off. Get off, man. You heard? I can still get off. But this is the Source Experience. CMOS, man. Look. If you get CMOS like this, look. I'm 46, man. I haven't had no alcohol in almost 2.5 years, right? But the reason why my skin glows the way it glows is because of this right here, CMOS. Look. I get in with it like just like that, raw. CMOS, man. Natural remedy right here, man. You won't have no problem with the ladies. Look, I'm 46 years old, man. I never popped the Viagra a day in my life. Never popped the Viagra. No reptile or what is it called? I said reptile. Erectile function problems. It gets up. Rest in peace to Pops. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, bang, 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 man. See, look, I bang, 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 man. That's why I get videos like this. That's why I look. If I send out a request, I can get a video like this off the bat because they know how I bang, 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 bang.
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
Bang, 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 man. That's how. So when you guys be on here talking that vitamin to your dick, I don't do that, man. Go over there, man. Go over there, man. Go over there.
I was playing, man. I told you I was coming back to the city of Cowboy, Tulsa, Oklahoma, seek and destroy. You know the vibes. Yeehaw!
Oh, man. Shout out to Jihad. Jihad is down there in Texas getting ready, man. Getting ready, man. Jihad is down there in Texas getting ready right now. You know? He's down there. But this is the Source Experience. Hopefully you're digging my content. If not, it is what it is. It's only content, man. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get to the bag regardless, right? Look. Oh, yeah. And look, y'all was doubting me, right? I'm going to close with this, right? I want y'all to see this, man. Because when I post receipts, man, you niggas get low like roaches when the lights cut on. Yeah, y'all got low yesterday. Boy, y'all got low. I ain't even put out that much content. Y'all got low yesterday, though. All right? I think this right here made y'all get low. Right? Only one like. Right? Well, look at what I posted yesterday, right? I'm going to close. I'm closing up, but I want y'all to see this, right? Look at the date on this, right? But more importantly, look what I put, right? I'm going to clip this and use this. I am going to clip this and use this. Let me get my timestamp. All right? Because I'm going to clip this and use it. But if you look at what I said, what I mentioned, I said no cap. No jealous fan zone. Lames on the internet have no idea who they speaking on. Source Experience stamped and certified all over the game. You know, you do have options. Mr. 10%. Better than Jackal Fitness ever was. Media, marketing, management, consultant, agent services, plugs, connection. But hey, what do I know? 7 years ago to the day, April 20th, I posted this. This fight right here, but look at the names on there. Adrian Broner versus Jesse Vargas. Jamal Big Maul Charlo versus Pee Wee Herman. Hugo, that's the guy with the one leg. Y'all remember that? Nah, probably not. But look who's on this undercard. Javante Tank Davis. Right here. Look who else was on this undercard. Now he is a 140-pound champion. Gary Antoine Russell. Look who else was on this undercard. Look who else was on this undercard. I want y'all to see all this, man. I'm just posting some stats. Richard Hitchens. Shout out to Africa. 4-0 at the time. These guys right now, IBF, 140-pound champion. WBA, 140-pound champion. You know, you do have options. Post some of your accolades and stats and receipts of when you actually really got busy in the field. Like I said, I'm stamped and certified all over the game. Javante Davis has went on to become a big-time star. That's what you guys say. Just going off of what you guys say. But where were you? Where are your accolades and your stamps at of some of the work you have put in boxing? That's all I want to know. And when you speak on me, make sure you speak on me properly and you talk about my growth, my evolution, and the things that I have done and accomplished. But hey, what do I know? I went from that to that to that, and now I'm still right here getting bigger, better, and even bringing my family along.
Like raw fish.
One day you'll get your palate used to that raw fish. Gotcha. What's that? What else you got for me?
What's your favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go is the beach. I love the beach, yo. Anywhere if there's a beach nearby, I love to go there, relax, walk along the beach, barefooted, and get my feet dirty.
Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
No, I'm down here all night, Sean.
Oh, okay.
What about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here. Yo, Zaga, Slime Master.
Yo, man, shout out to Sauce Talk, man. We in books and shit now.
Oh, man, what's that feeling like, man? First press conference, you walking out, the people are noticing you, saying, yo, he's in that book. He's in that book, man. What's that feeling like, man?
You know, it feels good.
going on, Coach? What we looking like? What we looking like, Coach?
Gave the audience 7 rounds of a boxing clinic.
That's right.
8th round, we took them out.
That's right.
Easy breezy.
Yeah.
This is a Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
Yo, what's up? Joe Harris Boxing with the Source Experience. But what do I know?
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimu-Helua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.